Yeah, hello to another one. Malaysia, not my most practiced in these games, but yeah, I initially found a setup that I liked, a bit more stable. Actually, no, I forgot. I added a lot of ballast to the back, so around this track, I think I figured out a trick that I actually can drive a lot with a oversteer car on this game, because I didn't like the handling. You could see there I was oversteering, but I initially got used to it, and in the second run I gained crazy lap time from nowhere, and yeah, obviously I have only recent memories with the games because I actively played from 2018 onwards, but yeah, I remember playing this track a lot on Automobilista. So, not Automobilista, but Grid Autosport, yeah, Grid Autosport. Maybe I'll do a series with that game if you want. You can tell me, but yeah, we did the minimum that's required. So yeah, let's see how we go in the race.
A young Spaniard named Fernando Alonso sat at the front of the grid here over a decade ago now. The first flash of greatness in a race that also gave us the maiden win for Kimi Raikkonen. The Malaysian Grand Prix is an event for gifted racers to climb to the top, and for those on the sidelines to find new talents. 5 lefts and 10 rights make up the 15 corners of Sepang's 3.4-mile circuit. A track where the weather always threatens to play a deciding factor. The drivers will be subjected to forces in excess of 4G and heavy braking zones in 4 of these corners, 2 of which come at the end of DRS zones into turn 1 and to turn 15. And alongside me today to talk you through all that is Anthony Davidson. And welcome again. It's good to be back in Kuala Lumpur, isn't it? A lovely country, Malaysia, lovely circuit, and a race that tends to be quite hard to predict.
Yeah, it does indeed. There are a lot of high-energy corners that make the rear tyres suffer around here. Coupled with the excessive heat, that makes it difficult to keep your tyres in the right operating window. And of course, in previous years, we've come here very early in the season, which shows a potential reliability variable in there as well.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, and Wehrlein, Rosberg, Perez, Manor, and Felipe Massa, Hülkenberg, Alonso, Valtteri Bottas, and Button, Sainz, Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, and Daniel Kvyat, Nasser and Gutierrez, Kevin Magnussen, and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
3, 4, 5 red lights are underway. Decent getaway, I think, but yeah, it's nothing new on this game. Try to get into the slipstream of Rosberg, deep inside with the brakes. Already up to V5. I love this corner a lot. First sector I actually am pretty good at. So the second I struggle, but yes, majestic start. Alonso-esque. Yes, someone hit me there, I think it was Kimi. Or Hamilton, I didn't wanna create a mess. So yeah, somehow I squeezed through to get to what is that, P4. I can't really see well on these tiny windows, so yeah, it's before. So yeah, Lewis, I struggle at that corner with a lot of oversteer, rear instabilities and stuff. Yeah, both laps I got overtook by Hamilton and Kimi. But I was gaining a lot on other areas that I was struggling, like here I couldn't quite get this corner. But with more oversteer it was easier also this part here. I was basically on a knife's edge with this setup, but you can see later on with harder compounds it worked very well. So yeah, some yo-yo racing with Kimi. This track always brought amazing racing in real life, I think, even, you know, DRS without DRS. I love this track in that sense. Yeah, back and forth, but here they smuggled me all, so I decided, okay, let's pit. So yeah, I think it was caused by this puncture. Nasser, I think it was the guy. So yeah, VSC ended. I was behind Checo. He overtook me in the pits, as you saw, but yeah, that Force India is getting pretty much the best of the rest car probably. I think even Williams struggles with it. I'm pushing the car, you know, way above because of my setups and driving, I guess. But yeah, I'm struggling with maximum difficulty on qualifying a bit. But I think when we bring next season the engine upgrades, we will be better in qualifying. I can balance more wing, and also yeah. Yeah, again I lose so much time on that corner. I left Checo go because I didn't want to lose much more time fighting. But yeah, we yo-yo with DRS a lot, so it's pointless in a way. Like today's racing, I guess it's pretty artificial, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, then we got into a kerfuffle with Max, and Perez was all behind. But yeah, same thing again, just interesting racing. I don't enjoy this much of back and forth. I prefer more defensive driving, you know, pushing less, more dirtier. I like dirtier because when you have dirtier, you get less overtaking, obviously, but more the good drivers like Max, like Charles, they will shine better when there's more dirtier because they can drive through it, I guess. So yeah, no way I can fight with that Mercedes. I think this is around where I think Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull started bringing some crazy upgrades, especially Mercedes with the engine, so I couldn't even try to fight them on straights. Yeah, even if I'm probably the fastest car on straights, second fastest maybe. So yeah, they pretty much had a good advantage later on.
Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS to overtake.
Yeah, Ricardo won. He's out of the championship, I think, pretty much. Someone hit me again. I think Kimi hits me always. I don't know why. But yeah, we try to defend. We defend, and again, amazing P6. I think. Yeah, we dreamt for P10s. Now P6 is nothing, I guess. But yeah, I'm satisfied. The team is, I guess. So yeah, it's all good.
Brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
And now it's time to wind down and celebrate after that fantastic Grand Prix. Here they come, your top three, out onto the podium. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day? On to the constructors then. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment of this Formula One season.
Yeah, we are here in Suzuka. It's probably one of my favorites to hot lap, but not in these games, obviously. Maybe this is better than 2021, I guess, because the curbs are not that bad. The cars are smaller, but yeah, the layout is worse. I think I don't like the layout. The version that it's in the game, so yeah, it's not the same. Actually, good sector 2, I think. But problem was again, when I do these amazing laps, I can't redo them again for some reason, and yeah, it is what it is.
You're into P3 on the grid. You're lapping slower than Pascal. Pascal is faster. Okay, that's pretty disappointing, but we can turn it around tomorrow.
As we wind down from the
Yeah, it's a
excitement of
shame. I think
qualifying, here's a look at your top three.
our car is weak in
Ricardo, Vettel,
aerodynamics,
and
yeah,
Nico
but
Rosberg.
I think
The grid is set.
it was possible
And a
to
very
extract a
warm
bit
welcome
more.
to the Japanese Grand Prix, an event that has decided a drivers' championship 11 times over the years and has hosted some very memorable races as well. Who can forget Kimi Raikkonen's win from 17th on the grid in 2005, or Kamui Kobayashi's incredible drive to a podium in 2012? A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. And all this will be happening under the watchful eye of Anthony Davidson, who joins me for today's race. And assuming the weather holds, where do you expect to see the action unfolding today, Ant?
Well, most of the time, passing here is limited very much into the final chicane, or maybe down into turn 1 if you get a good run and some assistance from DRS. But if we're lucky, we might see a bit of bravery into the hairpin, a place that Kamui Kobayashi certainly made his own in the 2010 Grand Prix on his way to a very impressive 7th place. And as you say, Crofty, this is all assuming that the conditions hold out. We know how quickly the clouds can come in here at Suzuka, and if they do, all bets will be off.
We're looking for you to get at least 9th in today's race.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. It was a good showing from Red Bull in qualifying, and Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Massa, Kimi Raikkonen, and Hülkenberg, Vettel, Rosberg, Bottas, and Sergio Perez, Wehrlein, and Manor, Fernando Alonso, and Button, Magnussen, Kvyat, Carlos Sainz, and Roman Grosjean. Gutierrez and Palmer, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
3, 4, 5 lights. And it's go. Again a good launch, amazing launch. Going on the inside, it's pretty tight too. Oh, 3 cars wide, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Okay, we are out, but what the fuck just happened there? Top 3 crash out like that. 2 Mercedes out, I think. Definitely Lewis out, Max out. Or Ricciardo, I don't know who is that. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck did just happen? Yeah, it's Max and Lewis. 3 into 1, then Ricciardo gets flamed, he's not out. But I think only me, Max and Lewis are out. Oh my god. What is this, man? This has to be the craziest start ever I've seen, yeah. Shame we are out. I think we could have done maybe something in the race, but yeah. It is what it is.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari, on the top step once more. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, Pascal Wehrlein was, for me, head and shoulders above anyone else today. He was decisive with his passing, he was aggressive with his strategy. And he's
Yeah,
done a great
Pascal
job coming
first
through.
podium, I didn't expect that. An all-German podium.
Mercedes have extended their lead at the
Vettel
top
is
of the
coming
standings.
back
There'll be
in this
plenty more twists
championship.
and turns to come this season.
It's a
I hope
four-way
you can
fight
join us
for
in the
now,
next
yeah.
race to see just who will come out on top.
Interesting to see who will win this one. We are closing to Williams, but yeah, this wasn't a good race, I think. Yeah, I went pretty aggressive with the setup again here. I tried using like 9 bias on the rear. I don't know, let me know if I'm mistaking something, but I find that low speed corners are much better. High speed are difficult, but if you have soft inputs, I think you can manage it. The only problem I saw with this is tire wear, I think. But yeah, I managed to improve my one lap pace in the master difficulty, so I enjoy the rest of it.
Sorry about that. Just wasn't our day.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Vettel, Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. With
Yeah,
qualifying
not
complete,
ideal, but I think
all that
there are
remains is the main
a
event.
lot of
We'll be
penalties, a
live
lot of
and
blocking,
uninterrupted for the
so
Grand
yeah,
Prix tomorrow,
let's
so
see
make sure you
what
join
the
us
race will
then.
bring.
In 2012, America's on-again, off-again love affair with Formula One finally seemed to settle down with the completion of this wonderful racing facility here in Texas. Since then, we've been treated to some incredible races, including, of course, that classic wet-dry championship decider of 2015. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles an hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and at the end of the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today. With me today is Anthony Davidson, a man who knows this circuit quite well. Why do you think, though, Ants, that this Grand Prix has now found such huge success since returning to the calendar in 2012?
Well, full credit to the race promoters. They have a Grand Prix in a part of the country famed for its love of motorsport, and they do a fantastic job of advertising it to the right crowd, and then satisfying them when they're here with excellent facilities. It also tends to help when the circuit itself is good, and that's definitely true here. The layout is interesting and it produces some exciting action. Hosting a thrilling title decider like we had in 2015 wouldn't hurt either, so the pressure's on then to maintain that kind of quality here today.
It's a steep incline into turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Rosberg, Kimi Raikkonen, and Hamilton, Perez, Hülkenberg, Gutierrez, and Felipe Massa, Grosjean, and Manor, Carlos Sainz, and Kvyat, Wehrlein, Button, Valtteri Bottas, and Fernando Alonso, Ericsson, and Magnussen. Jolyon Palmer and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Let's try not to end the race on that one. It's okay start, not the best. I went for the inside, I saw them slowing down. Top 6 are fine. I'm getting into P7 with softs, I mean technically mediums, which is amazing on an alternate strategy. But yeah, there was a huge kerfuffle behind with Hondas, McLaren Hondas. Yeah, that was a big shame for, I think that was Alonso maybe. No, it was Button. So yeah, actually I had a great drive with these tires. I didn't wanna... I actually felt super OP here because I feel like I can challenge them with harder tires. Maybe that's the effect of more oversteering the car, maybe. But yeah, going on an overtake already on a Mercedes. They were like struggling to warm their tires up, I guess. Look at Rosberg, he's nowhere. He's struggling, losing positions. Maybe the Bulls and the Ferraris have a better traction. Just like us, I think. Yeah, around here something with the setup I did. It felt amazing on exits, unlike Malaysia.
Ericsson's lapping faster than anyone else right now. He's just put in a new fastest lap. Safety car deployed.
Yeah, another huge one at the back. Many cars are involved. Yeah, this game surprises me with the crashes. I love it so far. It's very unpredictable, but they are not slow. They are fast and unpredictable, which is what you want to see in a game. Yeah, and Sainz bolts into them. He got the podium, and now, yeah, this is a point of view from Grosjean, I think. Huge crash. Yeah, we had to move to the hardest compound, unfortunately, but yeah. It's gonna be hard from now on, but yeah, I had the medium, so yeah. I also hate how long the safety car lasts. It's like 4 laps, it's very slow in this game. So yeah, let's see. I was really struggling to move up. I got attacked by Alonso and Bottas, I think. Yeah, I tried to brake as late as I can to defend, but yeah, the next time he just overtook me. I couldn't keep braking later, I guess. So it was maybe I could have kept P4, but yeah. It is what it is. I tried to keep Alonso behind, his engine was slower, so it was a bit easier to keep him behind, so yeah. P5, I'm not complaining at all.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
A great win then for the Maranello team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top three then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Nico Rosberg takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Oh, well, I'm a bit spoilt for choice, Crofty. My instinct says Valtteri Bottas, and looking down the field, no one really jumps out at me. To make me
Yeah,
change
it's
my
70
mind.
And
points
here's how things
from
are
P1
shaping
to
up in the
P4.
Constructors' Championship.
Rosberg
We saw a
finally
different
takes the
look
lead.
from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow.
Yeah, it will
That's
be
for
very
today's
interesting
Grand Prix.
to
From
see the last 3
Amsterdam,
races.
goodbye, and see you again next
I
time.
hope you are as excited as I am. See you in the next one.